Modern Dude Chat is presented by the guys at Beard Supply. Go check out beardsupply.com. They got all the good stuff to make your skin feel good and your beard look fresh. It's summer, it's heating up, you're going to be out in public. Be sure to go check out beardsupply.com. Beard care for a wild life.
Hey guys, welcome to the Modern Dude Chat podcast. We're your hosts, Cody and Chuck. We're back in action. We've got some favorites we're going to share with you guys this week. Stay tuned.
On this episode of Modern Dude Chat, we're going to talk some craft beer merger. We're getting into fast food, and we're going to rank it. We're going to see who's top dog around here.
Oh, yeah.
We're also going to finally get to our spoiler review of Avengers, and then we got some NBA and English Premier League and Champions League talk at in the sports. So yeah, if you haven't watched Endgame or you don't want no spoilers, you might have to skip a chunk of this podcast. But when you get there, you'll know. We'll give you a heads up. You just skip ahead till you hear something different. But before we get into it, make sure you, one, listen for that Modern Dude Chat exclusive code to use at beardsupply.com. Two, if you listen on iTunes, hop in our giveaway. All you got to do is just drop down, leave a rating, leave us a review. You're in the giveaway in 3. If you want to get an Instagram and Facebook giveaway, go check that out. It's at Modern Dude Chat. So, got that all out of the way. Let's move on. Let's get it. Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Oh. Whoa. Hey, I don't. Oh.
Let it out.
I am in recovery.
Yeah.
From last week's episode.
Dude,
Dude, Cole Reisner took us on a ride.
he's a party animal, man. I'm just kidding.
Oh, whew, felt like it.
He is, man, he knows how to have a good time. I'll say that.
That was an epic episode. Go check out episode 17. But
We had a blast.
we did have a blast.
Not
It
gonna
was
lie.
fun. We paid for it.
Yeah.
If you manage to stick around towards the end, you'll be able to figure that out. But yeah, no, we're back. New episode. We're refreshed. We're ready to go.
We're
And
planning on having Cole back, too.
Yeah,
Best
so
believe
we
that.
ended up labeling that one part 1. So at some point, hopefully sooner than later, we'll have Cole back with us.
Yeah.
But we're moving on from Cole for the moment.
Yeah, man.
We're on this week,
This week.
and
This week.
that good, huh?
Oh,
That good.
man. I wouldn't say good. I would just say
It was a week.
this has been a week like I've never experienced, let me tell you. I haven't had a week like this in a long time. How was your week, Chuck?
You
You got anything? Let me ask you first, because I might go a little long on mine.
My week, as far as it's pretty chill, and honestly, right now, I'm kind of on my own. Like my wife went on a trip. She went to Maine. She's running her first marathon this
That's
week.
freaking awesome.
So her and her sister and her mom went to Maine, and so left me alone with the kids. And yeah, and then my mother was nice enough to take on the kids today. So like today, I just kind of chilled and had my own thing. So right now, I'm on easy street.
Right on.
Except wrangling 2 kids by myself. But for the most part, all things considered, I'm
Nice.
good to go.
Nice. That's good. Kids are good. Shout out to all the mothers, right?
Yeah,
We're actually recording on Mother's Day right now.
yeah. Happy Mother's Day, belated Mother's Day.
Shout out
by
to
the
my
time you
mom.
listen.
Love you, Mom.
Yeah, Mom.
Shout out to my wife. She's an amazing mother. And she allows me to do this podcast. So
Yeah, same. So shout out to our moms and wives and
heck yeah.
all the ladies who let us get by with getting out every
All the
once in a
moms
while.
out there.
So
Appreciate ya.
So
yeah, my week, real quick.
yeah,
Hell of a week. Okay. For starters, we got a new dog, got a new puppy. We had to put our dog down a few months back. Marley, he was 11 years old. Ended up getting cancer. We had to put him down. It was devastating, sad for the whole family, you know. So we took some time off and finally decided it was time because the wife and kids are about to be out for school, so they'll be able to be home, you know, spend some time with them. But we ended up getting a black lab pup,
Okay.
and he's actually got a little pointer bird dog mix.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Cute dog. I'll post a picture of him. But we named him Mowgli. Figured you'd appreciate that.
I like that. I dig that.
So the kids were down with that. We named him Mowgli. So anyways, we got a new dog, new pup in the house. He's actually really good, surprisingly good. So it hasn't been terrible, but you know, it's like having a brand new baby in the house, basically.
Yeah.
So, so we got a new dog for starters. If I haven't mentioned this before, I have a 13-year-old, almost 14-year-old. So
Ooh.
I'll leave it at that.
Brutal. I got the gist of it.
Yeah.
Cody's sliding right into
I'm not going to get into the personal
those
stuff.
No. But
Yeah.
you're just sliding right into those.
All I got to do is say 13, 14-year-old.
Yeah.
I think everybody gets it.
When you say you have a 13-year-old, you have a
Yeah.
teenager, you are
Those
sliding in fast to teenager.
Yeah. And this
So-
is my first experience with it, too. So it's like, it's a first for everybody. So anyways.
Oof. That doesn't
Dealing
sound
with
pleasant. That
yeah.
does not sound pleasant.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what? We're getting there. You know, I think it's, you know, everybody says it's a phase. As long as you nip it in the butt ahead of time, I think we're good.
Okay. All right.
I'm not going to get too much.
This is one of those things where we just want to say.
I'd like to, but I'm not going. Not tonight.
We ain't going to do that. We ain't there yet.
And then today, you know, this weekend we spent 2 days at dance. My 6-year-old is in a dance competition dance. This was the final weekend. Thank goodness. Takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
During the
sure
week, on the weekends, lots of dance, lots of practices. It's a bit overwhelming. So we were all kind of relieved that it's over this weekend, to be honest. But yeah, so we had to do that Saturday, Sunday. You throw in a new dog and everybody has to keep up with him, and then, you know,
So,
everything else,
would you-
soccer games in addition to that with my 10-year-old.
Would you
Just,
say
you know,
you've had a
2-year-old?
rough week?
I've had a rough week.
Rough week?
I like it, Chuck. I've had a rough week, but I'm always happy to come up here and kind of let it out. And I like the fact that you guys are out there listening, which we're getting a lot of good listeners, aren't we?
Yeah,
Chuck?
we're
getting a lot of good
we're
feedback.
getting good feedback.
We appreciate you guys
yeah,
listening to
just
us.
keep it going and
Makes me
share
feel
us
good.
if you can. You know, spread the love and keep it rolling. But
Yeah,
we've arrived at that time.
you ready?
I know you're ready.
I'm ready.
Let's crack one open.
I need a beer, and we're having beer this week.
Yeah, we're on the beer.
And it's kind of fitting, and I did this on purpose. I mentioned it to you a while ago. So, you heard of Dogfish Head?
I am familiar with Dogfish Head.
I think everybody is out there for the most part.
Yeah, we're doing this is more of a mainstream.
Yeah. So, this week, we're having Dogfish Head 90-minute Imperial IPA, another IPA, Chuck. And I wouldn't have brought this up here if it wasn't good. This is one of their most popular IPAs. This is actually another IPA that I would recommend. If you've never had an IPA and you're wanting to try an IPA, grab this one. 90-minute.
I've heard of this. I'm familiar with it.
Yeah.
I may have had a swig of one, but I don't think I've had my own.
Yeah.
So
It's good stuff. I like the packaging. Dogfish Head as a whole, as a brewery, they make really good beers. They're a really awesome, solid brand. They've been around for quite a while. And the reason we're featuring this beer, you want to taste it first, and then we'll go into that?
yeah, because I'm going to drink it
Okay.
while you tell us about.
Let's do it.
about it.
So, I mean, yeah, Dogfish Head 90-minute IPA,
dude, 9%.
9%.
9%.
Yep.
Was not aware of that.
It's a solid one.
Okay.
It's an easy drinking IPA in my opinion.
I
so
see you, Dogfish. I see you.
we'll see what you think.
All right,
Cheers, Chuck.
cheers.
I need this beer.
You've earned it. Oh Cody's laughing at me because of the face I made.
I'm gonna stop bringing IPAs.
Okay, listen.
I'm
Seriously,
just kidding.
here's my review. Not that it matters much. I'm not a big IPA fan.
I don't see the IBUs on here either.
It's okay. It's easier than
bitterness.
others, but like it's not my lane. So
Yeah.
it's
Stay in your lane, bro.
I will drink it tonight. It's not like I'll turn it down or not drink anymore, but I wouldn't choose it. But that's not that's just my taste buds.
Okay.
That's just my taste buds.
It's kind of harsh, but
You give
whatever.
us the goods. You give us the goods, Cody, because
No, I'm just kidding.
you intentionally bring this stuff up here,
Yeah.
and you know sooner or later
Hey,
it's going to get bad.
You don't know what you like until you try it, right? So you've tried it, and you're not that big of a fan.
I'm okay.
But hey, you might like this.
I'm
You might
okay.
be a fan of this.
Okay.
Check it out. This week, and this is the reason I brought this beer up here. Samuel Adams. Everybody's familiar with Samuel Adams Brewery.
I do like Sam Adams beer.
Yeah, man, they make a lot of good stuff, and they're classified as a craft brewery, independent craft brewery. They announced this week that they are merging with Dogfish Head, which I thought was fascinating and awesome all in one.
Okay.
The merger, I'll give you guys a little bit of details here, some numbers and whatnot. The merger's valued at $300 million, and both of the owners, I guess, basically really got to liking each other and the way they run both of their breweries, and decided to, instead of getting bought up by one of these big brewers like you know
'cause
Miller Coors,
That's happening. So,
that's happening all over the place. Yeah.
So just to interject on that.
Yeah.
You may not be aware that even some of the craft beers you're drinking, they've been bought up by
Yeah.
the larger corporations.
Totally.
But smartly, they're the big like the Coors, the Anheuser-Busch. They're buying some craft breweries, but not changing
Right.
the name. They're
Right.
not putting their stuff on anything.
Right. It's more
But
distribution and
Distribution and marketing and
Yep.
getting it out there more.
Yep.
So
yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
you may be drinking craft beer, but it may be
Yeah.
owned
Do some research.
and operated by a larger.
Yeah.
And one of my favorites, which we still haven't got to, but we will. They're actually got bought up by one of those, but you would never know it except the fact
Think
that
I know
you
who
can
you're
find
talking
it.
about.
Yeah, except the fact that you can find it almost anywhere now.
Local.
Yeah,
Texas local.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
what you're talking
Yeah.
about. We'll talk about that later.
yeah,
for sure.
But they're
Yeah,
kinda
you're right.
everywhere now.
You're right, yeah.
But anyway, back.
But yeah,
back
so
to this.
that's the reason these guys got together, because they don't want that to happen. They want to remain independent, and they want to remain, in the American craft beer movement, so to speak. So independent, as far as these guys go, means that independent means you produce fewer than 60 million barrels per year. So in 2018, Boston, Samuel Adams Boston Lager Company, they're the second largest beer company in the country by sales, independent company by sales, volume, that is. And Dogfish Head was 13th. So you've got two of the top independent craft breweries in the nation merging. Like I said, it's valued at $300 million, and there's no telling what's going to happen after this.
So is that going to push them out of like the independent?
No, so that was a good question. I didn't get to read that much into it. So, and that's the reason I threw those numbers out there. 6 million barrels per year. If they do a merger, that means if you want to remain independent, then yes, you do have to produce less than 6 million barrels per year. So I don't know. That's a really big deal as far as I'm concerned, because
I have questions.
yeah, for sure. And maybe we'll
Just
do an
how-
update
just
on that.
Just on how that works. Like, can they still like? Are so? Let me ask this. You may or may not know.
Yeah.
Are they gonna Are they just still gonna be Dogfish Head and Sam Adams,
I don't think so.
or are they gonna be something like Sam Adams Dogfish or something like that?
I would guess that
It would go
Samuel
into Sam
Adams is probably going to consume
Okay.
majority of Dogfish, but I'm just speculating there. I don't know.
Okay.
Because Samuel Adams is such
You're right.
a larger,
Right.
well-known. They were second largest in sales in 2018 by volume. So
And that was where my thinking was. Like, if they,
Yeah.
even though they're merged, could they still stay separate names?
I
and,
think
fall
honestly
under,
they're
I
going
don't
to
know how
use.
the rules
I
work.
think Dogfish Head is innovative as far as like the craft beer movement, and I think that's what Samuel Adams is shooting for. And and that's why they're agreeing to do this merger.
Because I don't think, and that's probably a good team up, because I don't think people realize that Sam Adams is not a huge, like it's not a Coors, it's not an Anheuser-Busch,
Right.
it's not
Independent brewery.
right.
Yeah.
But the way,
But you see commercials and all that.
as much as it's marketed, as familiar as people are with it all over, I think people just naturally think it is.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's interesting.
So yeah, merger. I thought that was really cool,
Okay.
and that's the reason I brought this beer up here.
All right, so Dogfish had
90-minute.
Again, if I'm throwing you curveballs you don't know answers to, I'm sorry, but I just have questions.
Yeah.
Like, what's the 90-minute?
Shit.
Does that have a...
Okay, so it says on here, our continually hopped Imperial IPA whose powerful malt backbone stands up for the extreme hopping rate for a pungent, not crushing hop flavor. So I'm not a brewer, Chuck. My brother-in-law is a brewer, and I should know more about this. But it's the brewing process, and I think what happens is...
Give me your guess.
Go ahead.
Give me your guess.
So
I want to see if you're full of shit or not.
Well, this is simply a guess because, like I said, I'm not a brewer. My thoughts on this, and I've heard it just through talk here and there. They add more hops whenever in the brewing process, and it's also, I guess, a longer process, maybe the 90-minute process. I know there's a 60-minute, there's a 90-minute, there's a 120-minute.
Okay.
So
luckily for you,
am I on the right track?
I'm a Google search wizard.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're dead on. So
okay, sweet.
When they call it by the minute, so what this says, just a quick summary, is the minutes denotes the length of the boil with which hops are continually added.
Yes. Boom.
So
Nailed it.
The 60 minutes. This
yeah.
is a 90 minutes. So 90 minutes is the timeline of them boiling and adding hops.
Yep.
Whatever.
Cool.
So,
Awesome.
Anyway, so I answered my own question.
I thought that
No Cody needed.
I thought that was really cool. Though. That's really big. That's really big news in the craft beer world, and I haven't had time to look into like all the reactions, but I imagine it's huge.
Okay.
And everybody's high-fiving because they're remaining independent, and that's their goal. So
we'll be looking to see.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
It's interesting.
Just my curious nature, I just want to see how it all shakes out.
Yeah, for sure.
I think with almost any like mergers of brands or companies that you like, you're always curious to see how it's going to shake out.
Yeah.
So that's neat. But
good stuff.
yeah, no, it is good stuff. Cody Murphy, always bringing the goods.
I'll try, man.
Okay, so that's going to lead me into something. So with drinking, you get your food, you get your snacks, whatever.
Yeah, typically.
And this is kind of twofold because when you're thinking about, drinking or whatever, then you want food, you get hungry. Mm-hmm. You mentioned this to me a while ago, and I finally got one today. I wasn't drinking or nothing. I just finally got it, but it got me thinking of when I am drinking, what kind of food do I like to get when I'm out or
like snack
on the
food?
way home, and it just then that led into me thinking fast foods in general. But I did what I tried before. So what we're gonna do, I've asked you to put a top 5.
You did.
So we're gonna do a top 5 fast food ranking, and we're gonna debate it. But what got this started was you mentioned that Sonic got a pretzel. It's like a huge pretzel stick, soft pretzel.
And I mentioned this to you a while back.
Yeah, you did a while back, and it comes with cheese.
A while back. Let's make sure.
A while back.
And Chuck,
I just finally got one
today, right?
Yeah. And
just one or two?
I just got one. Gotta try it out, and I could have probably bought 6. Like I would have been extremely full, but because they're not small. But dude.
Amazing, right?
Oh my gosh, so good. It's like perfect crisp outside.
Yeah.
The inside is soft like a soft pretzel should.
Chuck is making hand gestures over here.
It probably looks like I'm doing something like, I don't know what.
Looks like you're grabbing a rack, but you're talking about
It's just soft and but I think my favorite feature, if there are features on a pretzel,
there's features. There's curves.
It's in a stick. Like it's a big soft pretzel stick, which is, I don't know. It's easy to drive and eat it.
It's easy to shove in your mouth.
And so
right?
I don't know about you, but I'm a huge. I don't know why. I love if I can go anywhere and get a soft pretzel, I'm getting one.
Down.
And I just like the fact that there's not awkward curves or angles. I have to eat my pretzel. I can just boom, stick,
Dude.
dip it into cheese.
It's not a pretzel. It's not like any pretzel you've ever had, correct?
As far as like, no, I'm just gonna say no.
You can't.
No,
yeah.
there's
There's no way.
It's
unique, and like you said, the crisp on the outside. I made the comparison earlier. Like it reminds me the outer like
the texture,
crunch, crisp texture reminds me almost like a funnel cake,
where it's crispy on the outside, and nice and soft on the inside.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. If
But
funnel
it tastes
cake
like a
was
pretzel.
in a
It's a
stick
pretzel.
form, and you could dip it in cheese. But
So
anyway,
that's what sparked this. right?
Yeah. I was eating it, thinking, man, Cody, I'm way late. Cody told me about this a long time ago, and then it was like,
you,
oh,
man.
well, what other foods do I like? How does this rank on my like fast food? And anyway, this is one of those items where if they get rid of it, I'm gonna riot.
That's why it's still on the menu.
Yeah.
Because at the time it said limited time only, and they have left it on the menu.
Well, it has an impact. But anyway, that's the pretzel stick with cheese dip at Sonic, which
Bomb.
so that kind of impacts my list a little bit if I'm being honest. So do you want to go? Let's not do one for one. Let's start our number 5. You tell me yours, I tell you mine, and we'll start going down the list. But
Okay.
we need to clarify there were rules, and it's fast food, as in there has to be a drive-through.
It has to be a drive-through. Yeah.
So like no sandwich shops, no pizza.
That's specifically why I asked that question.
Yeah, because I
earlier.
know you can throw it out there. I know.
I was gonna throw Firehouse.
I knew it.
subs.
So sandwich shops
I
don't
love
count.
Firehouse subs.
A pizza doesn't count, even though there's a drive-through at Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
We're talking drive-through, typical fast food foods.
Okay.
We're gonna go 5 through 1. So number five is
We're gonna share. Okay.
Yeah, for you.
So my list is specifically arranged as in this is the most frequently visited fast food restaurants that I typically go to. Okay. That's how I rated these, and that's how I even threw them on the list. So number 5, Raising Cane's.
Ooh, dadgummit.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. You can't even deny that, Chuck. But your response, Chuck is devastated over. He's like, I can't believe I missed that. It's hard to, dude. I'll be honest. It's hard to throw top 5 fast food restaurants on a list and not miss one. Okay, right? Or do you wish you had that one in place of another?
Yes. But here's my problem with the ranking is you live closer to more options than I do.
Yeah, that's true.
So when I was picking, I completely forgot about Cane's because every time I pass, I'm like, let's eat there.
Yeah.
Let's get food there.
Straight up.
Or if someone's in Rockwell, I'm like, hey, I'm hungry. You want to bring back some Cane's? But
Raising Cane's is my number 5, man. I'm bringing it already.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what I ended up with number 5.
Okay, let's hear
This is because of the pretzel. Sonic jumped
Nice.
Wendy's to get into my top 5.
Okay.
But unfortunately, now that you brought Cane's to the table, I would, if I were going to change my list, Cane's would take over. Sonic.
I didn't mention, but the reason I love Cane's so much, their chicken is really good, but it's the sauce.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and their fries,
Hands down.
I like
you can dip the fries and the chicken in the sauce.
So my wife doesn't like it. Well, she likes it, but it's because there aren't any options. It's you get fried chicken tenders, you get fries, and you get sauce.
That's what I love about that place too. They're like, here, this is all we have.
Do your one thing and do it better than anyone else.
Freaking amazing.
So yeah,
number 5,
dude. I'm not hating on your list. That was I forgot about them. So, all right, and I'm
yours is Sonic.
Mine would have been Sonic, and they jumped Wendy's because of the pretzel. But there's just a lot of foods at Sonic. Like I like their burgers. They're decent burgers. Like it's a little different, but like I'm not.
It is. It's a decent burger.
The chili cheese coating goes hard in the paint.
Son.
And then now the pretzel stick, done. Okay, number 4. Hit me with your number 4.
Let's see, what's my number 4? Okay, number 4, I had to throw it on here. McDonald's.
Okay.
It's number 4.
Okay.
So,
Number 4,
and the reason,
McDonald's.
like I said, my list is like most frequently visited fast food places. My kids love the Happy Meals, obviously, so we go there a lot. But I do enjoy, like, usually when I go to McDonald's, I get their breakfast. Very rarely do I go through there and get dinner or anything else.
They got a solid breakfast. We could do a top 5 fast food breakfast.
Yeah,
but
we should have done that.
What do you
but-
get at McDonald's as far as like breakfast?
Breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay, I usually get, so
I get 2 things.
I think their biscuits and gravy is bomb.
Okay, yeah, it's good.
Okay.
But I don't get it.
And then I get their, oh, crap. Oh, yeah. This is why I go there. The McGriddle. The bacon, cheese, egg McGriddle.
I like the sausage one.
That's like
but yes.
the pancake
Yes.
topping.
It's got everything you want. It's breakfast and a sandwich.
Unbelievable.
That's
That's why I go there.
I could eat their burritos all
Yeah.
day, every day, just because.
Yeah.
I think it's because they put so much cheese, and by the time you get that hot burrito, it's like liquid cheese.
Yeah, man.
But
They do it right.
I could eat burritos every day and then throw in a McGriddle like once every 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and dude, that's perfect. Like I can't eat a McGriddle all the time,
Yeah.
but when I do get it, it's on point.
Yeah.
My,
so McDonald's is 4 for
McDonald's is 4 for Cody. My number 4 is Jack in the Box.
Oh,
And they just recently made it back into my life because I like ate it so much, like in college
You know
and back
what?
in the day.
That's the one I didn't put on my list. Yeah.
You better have something epic on your list.
I do.
And I don't know.
I do.
I ate it so much I kind of burned out on it, and
Yeah.
I just recently started eating again, and I forgot how good it is.
Jack in the Box is good.
And there's quite a few things.
Dang it. I totally forgot Jack in the Box.
There's spicy chicken, I like a spicy chicken sandwich. I typically do like Wendy's, but Jack in the Box will cover it. But if I'm going to Jack in the Box, you got to get tacos.
Duh.
And if you want to do it right, you get 2 tacos, no lettuce, and you dip that in ranch.
Duh.
And then the other things I would get is if I'm real hungry, I'll get the bacon cheddar curly fries,
Oh,
not the
snap.
wedges,
Curly fries.
curly fries,
I think you turned me on to that, Chuck.
and an ultimate cheeseburger.
There's nights when I'm like, those nights.
Yeah.
And we run through there and we're like, man, it's been a hell of a night. Let's go grab something to snack on. It's always the tacos and the bacon cheddar curly fries.
I just remember like
and then
being,
I feel terrible and guilty.
being in
After
high
that.
school, and we would run to Jack in the Box, and we'd collectively get like $20 scratched together, and we get 40 tacos. Give us
my
all the tacos. And that was usually after a soccer game, or like just we know we're hanging out at the house or something. Just give
Yeah.
us all the tacos you can make right now.
That's funny.
And then we spend only like $15. But yeah, so Jack in the Box is my number 4.
nice.
Let's
I
move on.
totally forgot about Jack in the Box.
Dude, solid.
choice.
Number
Okay.
3.
Okay, number 3. I went with Chick-fil-A.
That's where you messed up.
Oh, why? Why do you think?
That's where Jack in the Box should have been on your list, in my opinion.
I got you. Well, okay. Again, most frequently visited.
Yeah, if you rank it that way.
Yeah. Again, my family, we go through Chick-fil-A religiously. That's funny that I said religiously, but we go through there quite a bit.
See, I took my kids.
And the chicken's good. You
I
can't
took my
deny
kids
that.
and wife out of the equation.
Yeah. Okay, I should have done
This
that.
was my list, but we do eat Chick-fil-A.
But I do genuinely love Chick-fil-A. It's a good place. It's a good spot.
And as typical of me, no
Go ahead.
surprise,
Go ahead.
I have a bone to pick with Chick-fil-A.
Wait, is Chick-fil-A on your list?
No,
Oh,
Chick-fil-A
okay.
is not on my list.
Go ahead.
And
Throw your bone
and,
out there.
And you know what? Their food is fine. Their sauce, Chick-fil-A sauce, is legit.
I know where this is going.
And their breakfast chicken biscuit
Bomb.
and the minis.
Dude, their
are good.
breakfast is great.
They got good breakfast.
Can't
But
deny that.
and actually, essentially, I got a bone to pick. It's more with the customers.
Okay.
So here's my thing. One, the lines go dumb
Ridiculous. I agree.
when you do it. And here's my problem. Most of the people that are in that line for Chick-fil-A, this is your 4th time of the week to eat Chick-fil-A, or like you eat Chick-fil-A once a week.
Yeah.
When you break it down, their menu is not huge.
No, it's not.
You can get like all right. Here's their menu: nuggets, tenders, sandwich, roll up, salad.
Done.
And then the other option is you can get it grilled or crispy.
Yep.
They don't put any condiments, so there's no customizing,
Right.
which is smart.
Right. Yeah.
But here's my thing. That's their menu. Why are we all sitting at the menu for 10 minutes trying to decide what we're going to eat? It's chicken. Which form of chicken do you want?
Very true.
Like, that's what I
Do you
don't
think
get.
it's people are sitting that long, or have you experienced that?
No,
or
well,
is it just a flood of people coming to get Chick-fil-A?
No, well, Chick-fil-A is known for their service.
Yeah,
Their customer service, and they're fast. Hardly ever are they slow.
Yeah,
so that
true.
just leads me to think people just show up to Chick-fil-A not knowing what they want. Like, if you're going to Chick-fil-A, you know you're getting chicken. Which form?
You've been there before,
it's not
more
like,
than likely.
Okay, does that come with mayonnaise? Does that come with what does it come with? No, it comes the same way. There's very minimal, so they can crank it out. You customize it yourself.
I like it.
And then the other thing I have is I don't know how it's a Saturday at 5 o'clock and you're already out of Chick-fil-A sauce. Oh no! I've run into that problem multiple times.
Really?
That don't make sense to me.
Oh man!
But anyway, it's okay. I eat there because of my wife and kids. They love it, but I wouldn't pick it.
You didn't.
So
it's not a top 5.
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. Not even close.
Dang.
My number 3.
Number 3.
We're on 3.
Let's hear it.
Taco Bell.
Okay.
Love Taco Bell.
I don't have Taco Bell on my list.
And I could eat anything on Taco Bell's menu.
Yeah.
But my usually go-to are the quesadilla, chicken quesadilla. They have a Crunchwrap Supreme.
It's a good spot.
And I think 5-layer burrito is the name of it.
Yeah.
So.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. Here's my bone to pick with Taco Bell.
Okay.
I just haven't felt like having Taco Bell in a really, really long time. And I don't know what it is.
Well, so
I just, maybe, I don't know. I think at some point I was turned off by Taco Bell. Like they screwed up my order, or I got something that didn't taste good, or was terrible, or whatever it may be. We like collectively, even like the family, like just everybody's just like, no, I don't like Taco Bell. I don't want Taco Bell, type thing. I don't know what it is.
I was off on it for a while because actually me and my wife were both off on it a while for 2 different reasons. Well, same result. We both threw up, but 2 different reasons.
Oh no!
I ate it before a soccer game, so I threw up in the middle of the game in back behind the goal, and then she threw it up in another way.
I will say. In another way.
Well, I mean, okay.
I'm sure she'll appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I mean, she wasn't playing a sport. She ate it and threw up.
I will say, the only time, if I do go, I always get a chalupa.
Okay.
I like the chalupa.
Okay.
That crunchy, soft taco thing that they got going on.
It's just, I don't know. I like their food. I don't care what you tell me is in it. I like it. It's good. But like and that's a debate at our house because my wife at this point will not eat Taco Bell, like very, very rarely.
Really?
But her go-to like fast food Mexican joint is Taco Bueno.
Oh, dude.
And I can't stand Taco Bueno.
Okay, I have Taco Bueno scratched out on my list because I had it on there and then I thought of Chick-fil-A and I took it off.
Okay.
So Taco Bueno was on my list.
See, and I just, it's not...
Taco Bueno's my jam. That's my preferred taco.
So
joint.
we always have that debate. Like we can never eat Mexican food because we have to go to 2 different places. Because she won't eat Taco Bell on most occasions. I won't eat Taco Bueno on most occasions. So
okay, I'm gonna throw you real quick.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on Taco Cabana?
I don't like Taco Cabana either.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Easy enough.
No, we used to get it coming back from Dallas and stuff. Like it's good enough where I will eat it, but like now that we've gotten one closer, we've eaten it more, and now I'm just like.
Over it.
It's good like once in a while, but I wouldn't not all the time.
Okay.
So
all right.
Anyways,
number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
You hear my number 2?
Yeah,
Sonic.
Oh,
Sonic is number 2.
I knew you were a Sonic guy. I was wondering what I was going to land on your list.
Hands down a Sonic guy. I like you said earlier, the extra long cheese coney. When I'm feeling like I don't give a crap what I'm about to eat, I go and get an extra long cheese coney. And the pretzel is legit. Obviously, I like their Sonic Blast. Every now and then we'll all go out and just go get like a Sonic Blast for everybody. And that's ice cream, if nobody knows what that is. Ice cream with like candy in it or whatever. Even the drinks, like their drink selection is awesome.
Yeah.
That's why we go there quite a bit too, because you can run through there and get like a really cheap drink that's
They would be higher on my list, but when you do order food from them, it takes a little while.
It does, yeah.
And their hours. They don't stay open particularly late.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true.
Usually when I want Sonic or I'm thinking about Sonic, it's either A, I don't have that much time to go get Sonic, or B, they're not open. And
they're the only fast food place that I know of that does tots. So,
yeah, they do tots.
So tots are legit.
Chili cheese tots are good. Yeah, no, dude.
So Sonic's my number 2.
Sonic's good. My number 2. If you know me, you know what this is going to be. And if you know me, you're going to be surprised this isn't number 1.
Okay.
McDonald's is my spot.
Number 2.
I don't care what
Timeout.
I don't care what anybody
Do we have
says.
the same number 1? We do.
If
I
we-
guarantee you we do. Holy shit.
Okay. Well, you already know.
Okay.
Yeah, because you already know what my number 1. Because you know one place that I haven't mentioned that was
And
on my list.
there's one place I haven't mentioned, so.
So
And we haven't looked at each other's list.
No. We did this in the
That's
secret.
hilarious.
McDonald's is my spot. Breakfast.
I knew you were a McDonald's guy.
Oh, dude. It's an ongoing joke when I go out that I'm getting McDonald's more than likely before I go home.
And I didn't say I just said I knew you were a McDonald's. I know you're a McDonald's guy.
It's not even nothing. I seriously eat like 5 things off the menu, but I could eat those same 5 things every day for the rest of my life, which are the burritos and McGriddles we already mentioned for breakfast.
Yeah.
Their cheeseburgers, and I'm not talking about like that. I want their little kids' cheeseburgers are the best. I love them, and the double cheese, stack them up.
Yeah.
Double cheeseburger, not that McDouble crap that came out here. They want to give me 2 meats and 1 piece of cheese. Give me the double cheeseburger, and then the spicy. I like their spicy McChicken.
Okay.
Most people don't, but I do. And if I want to get crazy, if I do get a bigger burger, it's Big Mac all the way.
Nice.
Or the quarter pounder with Big Mac sauce.
So what are
because Big Mac sauce
Oh yeah,
is a game changer.
Dude, I haven't had a Big Mac in a long time.
Well, even if you don't get a Big Mac, they'll throw the sauce on anything you order. So I'll order a burger and throw the sauce on.
I guess I haven't had a burger from McDonald's in a while.
So
what are your thoughts, real quick, on the McRib?
I smash the McRib. No, I'm not.
No shame. You smashed the McRib.
I'm not in love with it like a lot of because there's a cult following behind the McRib.
Yeah,
I'm not.
That's
I'm
why
not
I
that
asked.
level.
That's why I
but
asked.
if I'm thinking McDonald's, I already know what I want on my way. Like I don't even have to look at the menu. I know if I'm heading that way, it's because I got a Big Mac on my mind or a double cheeseburger. But if I do roll up and I'm not hard set and I see the McRibs on the menu, I'll grab one. But I'll just have like one through its limited time, and then I'm good.
Yeah.
But I don't go like and get one every day or stack up on them like other people. But I will eat it. I will eat it.
That's funny.
And this is, you know what? I'm gonna throw it out there because my family thinks this is gross anyway. I don't care because it's delicious. I'll eat the fillet of fish from McDonald's too.
Oh no,
Love it.
You love it.
Love it.
The
Love
fillet.
it. Yep. Fillet of fish. If you want a fish sandwich, get from McDonald's.
I would get a Long John Silver's, but that's you, Chuck.
Yeah, let me do me. And I don't care because most people our age will say that they don't like McDonald's, I will bang my hand on the table and scream that I do love it, and I don't care what anyone thinks.
They've been around that long and they're that big.
I think they have a bad, as far as adults go, they got a bad reputation, and it's probably because kids kick and scream to go to McDonald's and get a Happy Meal, and they're just over it.
Yeah.
But if you close your eyes and taste the food, it's good.
It really is good. They've changed their menu too over time. So,
but
all right, number
let's
one.
Get to it.
You ready?
Same time.
You ready?
1, 2, 3.
Whataburger. Yes, I knew it.
Oh,
that was the first thing I wrote on my list, and the most frequently visited fast food restaurant.
And that's why you knew it was on my list, because I told you I was making it. I was like, dude, I left the most obvious one off. And you asked me, well, which one did you almost leave off? Because you were picking it. So I said, dude, I almost forgot Whataburger. Not because I didn't like it, but just because it's so automatic.
Yeah.
That when I was making my list, I didn't even think. Like, I'm just like, oh, yeah, it's on the list. And like started thinking about other things. But Whataburger is number one.
Hell yeah.
And
of course.
It's a regional thing.
Yeah.
It's very much a regional thing.
Yeah. If you're up north, you have no idea what we're talking about.
If you can get close to a Whataburger, you won't be disappointed.
I say you have no idea. What do you get? You probably do.
No.
So,
no,
dude.
They don't.
I smash on the...
Before we get into anything, they don't know because they haven't had specifically Whataburger spicy ketchup.
Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That makes everything better.
That makes everything,
And now they sell it in the stores so I can bring it home.
I know, right?
So
what do you get? I wonder if they do that nationwide too.
I don't know, but you can.
That's a good question.
We stock up on it.
So the reason I go to Whataburger so often is to get the potato taquito with cheese breakfast.
If you would just left out the potato part, I could have bought in on any taquito. But the potato one.
I'm down with a bacon taquito.
See, well, I guess you're more of a bacon guy.
Yeah, you're a
Bacon,
sausage guy.
I'm a sausage
Okay,
guy.
I got you.
But yeah, taquito is what I go there for.
Gotcha.
And I like to throw in a honey
That's
butter.
what you go there for too, is the taquito?
Taquitos.
Holy crap.
And the honey butter chicken biscuit, like to throw one of those in.
Duh.
And if dude, I can't eat anything off the menu. Their burgers
The burgers
are
are
delicious.
great. Yeah.
My go-to burger wise is the patty melt.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's a good one.
And I'll get what's the where they put the chicken tenders in the barbecue sauce.
Oh man, that's a really good one too.
That one's a good one too. The Monterey, everything
The
at
mushrooms,
Whataburger,
the mushroom Swiss
Swiss
is legit. I will say.
Anyway, I don't think we.
So we go there. We both go there for taquitos.
Oh yeah,
Breakfast. Yeah. I mean, you can't beat it.
Just late night,
Can't beat it.
early morning. If I got time to swing through Whataburger,
And the honey butter, like you said, is amazing.
yeah, and they sell that in the stores too.
What?
Yep.
What?
So we got some of that.
Mind blown. Okay. Is that it?
That's it. That's
That was a
our
good
top
little
five. So
run
that was
through.
fun,
I like
yeah.
it.
So yeah,
We should do that more often. We'll do maybe some top fives here and there on some random stuff.
Okay, yeah,
You like that?
yeah. I don't mind
Let's
it.
do it. Good idea, Chuck.
So let's go ahead and jump into it. We won't linger, I don't think, too far in the next couple segments. We're gonna do. I think it's time. We're gonna go ahead and do it. Get it out of the way. This is our spoiler Avengers review. So if you haven't seen Avengers,
You had enough time.
and you've had enough time, and you don't want spoilers, might want to start just dabbing that skip ahead to a little bit till you start, because the next thing's obviously Game of Thrones. So
Yeah.
just skip ahead till Game of Thrones and then come back later.
And honestly, all the spoilers are out there anyways, like you said.
At this point, if you've been trying to avoid it, it's hard now, especially with some of the advertising that's changed.
Right.
But now we're going to get into it. We're going to lay it on the table. Avengers. We're going to run through the movie, like what happened, and then we'll kind of comment and do all that. So you good with that?
Yeah, I'm down, man. Let's do it.
Okay. So again, this movie was awesome. Thoroughly enjoyed it. We commented on like the pace, where like the first 2/3 of it was a little slow, but it was more like character driven.
Yeah.
Like you're getting all the backstory before the heavy stuff falls. And so like this movie picks up 3 weeks after Infinity War. So
Right.
3 weeks after Thanos snapped the fingers, wiped out half of the Earth, half the heroes,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Picks up, and it picks up with Tony Stark and Nebula are floating in space from the Infinity War movie, and Captain Marvel, the most recent hero introduced, finds them in space and brings them back to Earth. And they beat up with like the surviving Avengers. So like,
because Iron Man's about to die.
yeah, they're floating
space.
They're floating in space.
Yeah.
Like air's
Should
running
I have said-
out.
I mean, yeah, all
Yeah,
the spoilers are out now.
No, yeah.
He was
no.
he was literally about to die.
Yeah, he's recording. You see it in the first in the trailers. Even
Yeah.
he's recording a message to
Yeah.
Pepper Potts. He's basically they're about to run out of stuff, and then of course Captain Marvel shows up
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
And if anybody remembers the previous episode we talked about Avengers, this is the part where the guy next to me started crying.
At the beginning,
Yeah, when Iron Man was about to die.
okay,
Where he thought he
So,
died.
Yeah, so Captain Marvel comes
when
in.
he started crying.
Wow, that's early. There's so much more. That's early. Captain Marvel brings him back, meets up with the other Avengers that survived. So Bruce Banner, Captain America, the ones who were left. That's what they made up with.
Yeah.
And so now they got Captain Marvel. They come up with this plan. They're gonna they know where Thanos is at. They're gonna find him, go take the stones back, and reverse it. So that's what they do. They get Thor. They get Captain America. I don't remember if Captain Marvel went with them or not. I think she just kind of showed up and disappeared, like went off to find something else.
She did. Yeah, she.
So it's
got
almost
distracted
it's like
with
the
something else.
original Avengers. Not Scarlet, but Black Widow. So Natasha, Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, War Machine, Hulk. Anyway, they go and find Thanos, and he has destroyed the stones. So, like, he did his thing, what he wanted to do, destroyed the stones, can't be used. And then, shocker, this one took me for a loop, and I think it threw everybody in the theater for a loop, is out of anger, out of nowhere, my man, badass Thor, takes that axe and chops Thanos' head off.
Yeah.
And it goes rolling.
Clean slice.
And then at that point, you're like, okay, now all bets are off. Where's because this is like the first 30 minutes of the movie,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
20 minutes, like it happens quick, and then
Yeah.
you're like, okay, this is not gonna happen how we think it's gonna happen.
Right.
So then they flash forward, like they do that, and they just go back to their lives. And
At that moment, were you thinking, okay, this is going to be a really... Because you knew how long the movie was going to be, right?
yeah,
And for it to happen that early,
yeah,
where you're like, okay, this is about to like...
it kind of resets everything.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now what are we gonna do? 'Cause
Were you thinking it's going to get drawn out like we talked about, you know?
Well, I just thought, I don't think anyone expected walking in that movie that Thanos was going to get a head chopped
Yeah,
off.
the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, where do we go from here? So it flashes forward 5 years.
Yeah.
So now they're all, Tony Stark is married to Pepper Potts. They have a child.
Yeah. Yeah.
Captain America is doing his thing. Bruce Banner has now turned into the Hulk, but with, like, they combined. So it's like,
it's like a
Professor
normal human
Hulk.
being.
Yeah, but in like his Hulk identity or whatever.
What would you... How tall would you say he is? Like...
He's got to be at least 8 or 9.
At least 8 or 9
maybe
foot, yeah.
10.
So he's like a really tall basketball
Huge
player.
person, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he's just walking around as Hulk now, and he's kind of like a little celebrity. And then,
So funny.
so they start. What happens? What sets it all in motion is Captain America, Black Widow are at their little headquarters, still doing their thing. They still monitor stuff, but they're kind of bored. It's nothing's going on now.
Yeah.
And Ant-Man,
Yeah.
a rat, somehow unlocks him from
Yeah.
the quantum realm. He pops out 5 years later,
Yeah.
and he shows up, and he's like, "Hey, y'all remember me?" Blah blah blah. Like, and Captain America and them were like, "How old is this footage?" And they're like, "It's new." Come to find out, he comes in and he's been stuck in the quantum realm. If you saw Ant-Man and the Wasp, that's where that happens at. And he says, "I've been locked there," and then he's like, "It's been 5 hours." And they said, "No, it's been 5 years."
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's when they figure out that maybe there's some time travel elements
Right.
involved there. So anyway, now their plan is they figure out how to do it, blah, blah, blah. And now the new plan is go back in time, split up into teams, and chase down the stones in the past.
Isn't it crazy to you that part in Ant-Man kind of carried over into
That's what I
the
love.
Avengers Endgame?
That's what I
And it was-
love
it was-
about these movies.
But it was Ant-Man,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that crazy?
That's
love
why
it.
I love it, because they tie in. It's individual stories, but also
Yeah.
they connect them in a larger way. And then so that's the plan. They figure it all out, and then they're split up into teams. And this is where I thought it was kind of cool, because they do go back in time, but they go back in time in different parts of other movies. So the first team is Hulk, Iron Man, and Captain America, and they go back to the Battle of New York, which happened in Avengers, the first Avengers movie.
I'm going to stop you there. Do you want to talk about the character that you feel like
I think
did not...
let's run through the story, and
Okay.
then let's get grievances
Okay.
out at the end, or
Okay.
things we liked or didn't
Okay.
like. And so, is
Okay.
that good with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is cool. They go back to the Avengers movie.
Yeah.
So for a while, you see them like in a back alleyway, but like the
Watching.
original Avengers are fighting, and they're like hidden
Yeah.
off, and
Watching themselves fight.
yeah, dude, it's gnarly. It's awesome. And then like Hulk, who's now like Mr. Nice Guy but can fight if he wants to, is watching a raging Hulk, and he's like,
A
really?
huge raging Hulk.
I did that. So anyway, and then this kind of tied into something cool too, is that the Hulk goes to the Doctor Strange headquarters before Doctor Strange goes there and gets one of the stones, gets the time stone. Captain America and Iron Man, that's a different spinoff. Eventually, they end up with the Space Stone.
Yeah.
And so they're good. They come back.
Yeah.
Rocket and Thor, they go back to what would be Thor: The Dark World to get. So that's the second Thor movie.
My favorite team, by the way, in this movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Rocket and Thor.
They're good, which pays off later too.
Yeah.
But they get the Reality Stone and they grab Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
And they come back.
Yeah.
Because it got destroyed before, and so he brings it back with him, and then the next team is Nebula and Iron War Machine, and this is where it gets.
Yeah.
This is where the story picks up because they go back to the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie to get the Power Stone.
And Nebula used to be tied to
Right. She used to work for Thanos. So in this timeline, when they go back, Nebula and Gamora are still working, I think, still working for Thanos. Anyways, Thanos, the two Nebulas link up because she's like more robot than person.
Right.
Thanos finds out what they're doing and pretty much gets all the information from Nebula by accident. So then he starts picking up that this is going on.
So I want to talk about that part just a little bit. Do you think it was frustrating that he picked up on that as easy as he did? Or is that just Thanos?
Like that he just understood?
He just understood what was happening almost immediately. You know what I mean? Like
that's where the timeline got tricky for me.
Right.
Is when they were trying to explain that because I couldn't tell if he was learning this in the past or learning this in the future. That's just one of those plot holes.
He was learning it in the past, technically.
And that's what.
But he picked up on it real quick. Like he almost knew that was a possibility at some point, and he was just aware and picked up on it. And then, the rest of the movie played out. You know what I mean?
And that's the detail I can't remember because I want to say
it was a glitch in Nebula or something like that happened, and he picked up on it.
Yeah, and then that started. That's where the timeline gets. And they even said if this happens, it's going to create alternate timelines and alternate.
Yeah.
It won't change the future, but it will cause multiple versions of the world to exist.
Right.
So that's where it started kind of bleeding it together, and it wasn't sure.
I think that was the Hulk and what was her name? That's when they actually laid out the
when they were coming
map.
up with this plan, and they show that it could branch off, and that's where. So Thanos is getting a message from the future, Nebula, and that's where it starts getting sketchy.
Yeah.
But that's
you gotta follow it.
That's how they move the story along. That's how Thanos and Gamora, past Gamora, kind of start getting because Gamora died in Infinity War.
Right.
So that gets sorted out. War Machine comes back with the Power Stone, but the fallback is that. Now Thanos is aware of what's kind of going on, or something's happening, kind of.
Yeah.
And then so the other team is Hawkeye and Black Widow.
Yeah.
And they have to go get the Soul Stone, which Thanos killed Gamora to get the Soul Stone, and they find out that you have to sacrifice somebody to get it.
Yeah. That was the hardest stone to get to.
And that was where the first, almost gut-wrenching was because Hawkeye at this point when the snap happened, he lost his family, his kids. As he's out playing in the yard, they just poof, he turns around, they're gone.
And they show you that at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, they show it. And then over the 5 years, he basically becomes just assassin. He's going around the world just tearing everybody up.
He's depressed, sad, and just...
Nothing to live for. So he's like, I'll take the jump. And then at the last minute... Black Widow cuts him off. So Black Widow dies, and Hawkeye gets to go back, but without her. So that's your first real casualty. And then they've created a new gauntlet with Iron Man stuff.
Yeah.
And so the ending of this movie is epic. It is awesome, and I don't want to break out on everyone because the ending is 40 minutes long. But basically, they have the gauntlet. Hulk uses somehow twisted way. I can't even remember the details, honestly. Thanos and old Gamora show up with their army, and the Avengers, the current ones, are trying to fight them off and do whatever they can, and they're getting pretty much destroyed.
Yeah.
And I think Hulk
outnumbered.
I think it's Hulk because the gauntlet starts flying around.
Yeah. And
finally, I think Hulk
extremely outnumbered.
It you think it's on the brink, and then the most epic moment I think of the movie happens, and I think Hulk, somebody gets the gauntlet does something, and the gauntlet flies off or something. But they had a second, and in that second, they brought back all.
So hold on, before you say they brought back, What were you like? What was your reaction like in the moment? Like, what's about to happen?
Dude,
Like,
I was just sitting there.
are they all about to get slaughtered?
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, who's gonna die? How's this?
So
end?
did
like,
I.
Is somebody gonna do something? And they kind of did it. I want to say they almost did it kind of off camera because.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're getting their butts whooped, and Captain America's getting destroyed.
He's
and
about to get.
It's like it stands up, and it's like him versus Thanos and all Thanos' army, and then he's
like on his last.
he's like whatever
breath.
it takes. Yeah, I'm gonna
Pretty
do
much.
this, and then Thanos I think makes a comment or something. It's like being alone, and then out of nowhere, the first person to reappear is the Doctor Strange, and he says,
yeah.
"But you're not." And then that opens up like all the holes in the world, and all the old Avengers come back. The
Black Panther,
the armies of Wakanda.
Yes.
Just epic. Then you have this full-on montage of just all of them going at
Everybody.
it, and then it gets into where they're trying to make this happen. And
Spider-Man. I mean, you name it.
yeah, they all come back. It's epic, and then they start fighting again, and it's still a battle. It's not like over.
Yeah.
And the gauntlet, they're fighting, and at some point, I think Iron Man is talking to Doctor Strange, and he's like, because in Infinity War he said 1 in 406 million or something ways we can end this.
Yeah.
And then Doctor Strange is like, if I told you, it might change things.
Right.
So,
yeah.
and then at one point,
He's like the brand of.
yeah. So
The brand of
he
Avengers.
okay, so Tony's like, is this the one where we win? Are we doing this right? And Doctor Strange is not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then somewhere in the line, I think it's either right when Thanos gets the gauntlet, and you think what's happening? And at the last minute, they realize it's Tony Stark's equipment, and it zaps onto Tony Stark. And at some point in this, before, I don't know if it's slow motion, I can't remember exactly where it happens, but he looks at Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange holds up like a number 1 finger.
Yep.
And Tony Stark snapped his fingers.
Yep.
And it wipes out Thanos, his army.
Yeah. They all dissolve.
Yeah, they all just like he did everyone. That happens to Thanos and everyone else. And the reason why Hulk had it, used it before, is because he was the only one that could handle the power.
Mm-hmm.
But Tony's the one who ended up with the gauntlet, and he snapped it. And basically, in slow motion, Tony died. Spoiler alert, here it comes. Tony Stark dies because of the snap.
Yeah.
And he has his last moment with Spider-Man, which was, that was gut-wrenching.
This is, by the way, the next time that the guy next to me started crying.
Yeah, this is when it was silent, and it was like you just had this epic, awesome moment, and then it's like, dang, because he dies because of this.
Yeah, it was tough.
And then so everyone kind of settles into their new reality or whatever. Then they go to current. They go to the funeral. They have a big funeral for Tony Stark. Everyone's there, even from older movies.
The camera pans.
It's
and
who's who.
It looks at every single face, and everybody's there.
And I can't remember who. Maybe it was. I can't remember who they interviewed, but they said that everyone is actually there for that shoot.
Really?
So
That's
all the
awesome.
people that are there, they showed up for that shot.
That's awesome.
Which is like a who's who of movies in general. Everyone's there, and
Oscar winners,
and then they
Emmy
wrap
winners.
it up by everyone kind of going their ways, which is Thor breaks off. He gives Valkyrie is the chick from Ragnarok, Thor Ragnarok. He says, "Hey, you run Asgard. I want to do other stuff."
Right.
He teams up with Rocket and the Guardians and flies off. So the assumption there is that when Guardians of the Galaxy 3 happens, it's going to be like Thor and the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is going to be because Rocket and Thor was awesome as far as a team.
Great team.
And then the other big reveal in that is that Captain America uses the stones to go back in time and put them back.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't affect. So everything plays out like it should, but he has to go back. They took the stones from the past. He has to go back to the past and put them back. They don't show it.
Yeah.
But he leaves, but they say it should only take like a second for him to come back, and he never comes back. And then come to find out, he stayed because he was frozen for 70 years and he missed out on the love of his life and blah blah.
Yeah.
He ended up staying in the past after he dropped everything off. And at the end of the movie, he's an old man with his shield and gives it the Falcon. So like the next Captain America is going to be Falcon, which is going to be awesome
Crazy.
too. And I wonder if
I love that part.
when the Disney Plus they're doing their shows.
Yeah.
One of the shows is supposed to be Winter Soldier and Falcon. So I'm wondering if it's going to be Winter Soldier and new Falcon Captain America.
Yeah.
Or what. But anyway, that's how it is, and everyone just kind of branches off and goes, and that's how it's left. So like Iron Man's gone as far as the original big three, Iron Man's gone, Captain America's an old man, he's hung it up, and Thor went off with the Guardians.
Right.
So it was an epic movie.
Dude,
that's it in a nutshell.
I haven't seen it again yet, and I don't think you have either.
I have not.
But I would like to go see it again.
Yeah, I think it'd be. I was so hyped and so ready to see it that I think I missed a lot. So I want to go back, watch it, really watch it.
Yeah.
And know what's really going on.
Do you know how long it's in theaters?
Forever.
Really? Because it's only been in theaters for what, a couple of weeks, right?
It's only been like 2 or 3 weeks, I think.
Okay. I don't remember how long movies typically stay in theater, but we probably have a chance to go see it again.
Yeah.
While it's in theaters.
For sure. But so in our non-spoiler review, in the whole, after thinking about it, is that
personal reaction.
Yeah, I did like that. So the slow part was like character building.
Yeah.
So it was, and I think it played off after thinking about it. It played off really well there at the end of the movie. Like once you see it in whole, you realize, okay, this is why they did that. It's more emotional, blah blah blah. But the one other big part we had was with the character.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah. It was,
and that was Thor.
Yeah.
And Thor's like my favorite Avenger after all these movies. And Thor Ragnarok was amazing.
Yeah.
And
it's great.
but like, so I'm out, and even in Infinity War, he's the one he gets the axe. He slams down in Wakanda and just goes to town saving her. And I'm like, woo! Like I'm the one screaming Thor. And then I'm expecting that Thor for this movie. And in the first 10, 15 minutes, you think you're going to get it because he's the one that gets pissed and chops off Thanos' head. You're like,
Thanos.
Yeah. This is like, where do we go from here? So that flash forward 5 years, what has happened is he's become so depressed with everyone getting killed and he couldn't fix it. And if you remember, pretty much his whole, everyone in Asgard got killed. Yeah. So he lost his whole people,
right?
Everything, and the weight has fell on his shoulders. But they played it,
and in his belly.
Yeah. What they've done with him is in a comedic fashion. All he does is sit around and play video games and drink beer. So he is legit Fat Thor. He's got the belly and everything, and that's where they make the Fortnite.
He's washed up Thor.
Because when they show up to get him and his other buddies from Ragnarok are sitting around playing Fortnite, drinking beer. So,
and that was the Fortnite plug.
Yeah, that was the Fortnite.
They actually showed them playing Fortnite, which I thought was amazing, dude.
And so, but then...
Speaking of which, Fortnite just came out with Season 9.
Oh, well, there you go, Fortnite Season 9. But for like the rest of the movie, like he never gets out of that. He is Fat Thor.
Yeah.
Fat bearded Thor. Homeless Thor for the rest of the movie. And... he does some cool stuff in the final battle, but it's like they took this badass character and then turned him into
he's a washed up drunk, basically.
And I was just like, man, because I was wanting more badass Thor, and it didn't give it to me. Yeah, and I think that's why I need to have a second watch at it because I might now that I know that they're going to do that to him. Yeah, I think I could enjoy that. Better.
The fact that he rode off with Rocket and that crew,
dude. And even
I think maybe that was just like, hey guys, we're gonna fix this type thing. And hopefully.
And even
surely.
Even after Fat Homeless Thor and Rocket were fun combo. Even though I wasn't happy with the character, that was a fun combo.
It was a great combo.
So that's the breakdown, full review, and just to give you It was awesome.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing was how they treated Thor. But I want to watch it again just to see how it goes.
Oh yeah, totally.
And we thought about doing some Game of Thrones stuff, but I think we've decided we're gonna take a breather on Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Because this season has been so crazy.
It has.
And tonight's episode is episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have episode 6 and it's over.
Yeah.
So we could go on and on about Game
And
of
we've
Thrones.
talked about Game of Thrones quite a bit now. But I think we're going to starve you guys until the end.
Yeah, we're gonna
do that.
We're gonna keep it all together, and we're going. You might hear comments and phrases from here and there, but I think as a whole, we're going to box up last week's episode. So 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
And when the series is over, that's the one.
Let's let it play out.
Because I think at this point, you're setting yourself up for failure.
We are,
if you're playing it every week. So
for sure.
Because we don't know what's happening.
Yeah. Do you real quick though? Do you just want to like comment? I mean, how did you feel about the last episode? Let's just do that.
Yeah, no.
Surface level.
Yeah, real quick how I felt because I've been down on this season. Last episode was the first episode this season. I was like, okay, I'm digging this. I can get on board.
Same.
I enjoyed last week's episode. And
I liked how it jumped around and it got serious.
It got serious, and some of the stuff you've been missing for the last few episodes and seasons, really, and for some of the characters, kind of starts coming back. And so I'm ready to see these last 3 episodes and roll on.
And a dragon dies. We're not going to go any further.
And a dragon dies.
And a dragon dies.
Leave that to your imagination. But yeah, so that's Game of Thrones.
Let's do that. I like that game plan.
We're gonna package it up and
like
we'll do it all later. But
don't hate us.
Let's jump.
Don't hate us if this was your Game of Thrones podcast.
So hey, we'll make it up to you, I promise.
Yeah.
And if we're lucky enough, we might have Mr. Cole to come back.
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, Cole's about to have a baby.
That's the thing.
We'll get with Cole.
We're on baby watch with Cole. Hopefully, we can squeeze it in. If not, we'll have to do it without him. But Game of Thrones will be packaged up later.
Nice. I dig it.
Let's roll into sports and go home so we can watch episode 5.
Dude, sports. Huge week.
I'll get mine out of the way first.
Go ahead.
And then you can finish us off because I know you're
it's not going to be long, but I do want to shout it out.
I just want to break. We haven't done. So much other stuff's been going on. We kind of avoided the NBA postseason, but we're now going into the Western Conference Finals and Eastern Conference Finals, and some crazy stuff kind of happened. Honestly, as we were getting ready to podcast, and just some cool stuff for the finals that's interesting. The Warriors and the Rockets. The Warriors defeated the Rockets in 6 games.
It was a hell of a series.
It was. And Kevin Durant got injured, so he's kind of up in the air.
Yeah.
He didn't play Game 6, but they still closed it out.
Yeah.
And the funny part about that was Daenerys, this is Game of Thrones reference, was at Houston, and they did a whole thing with the mascot where he bent the knee. And it was pretty funny little clip if you find it on Twitter or whatever.
I did see that.
They played off her, and that was pretty cool. And then on the other side of the Western Conference, Game 7 today. If I can speak right, the Blazers beat the Nuggets in 7 games, and the neat part about that is that for the first time, 2 brothers are going to face each other in the conference finals because Steph Curry's on the Warriors, and his brother, who used to be a Maverick, is on the Blazers. Seth Curry.
Yeah.
So 2 brothers going to face off together in the championship, which I think we know how that's going to end. But yeah. So and then on the other side,
go ahead.
The Bucks beat the Celtics in 5 games, and that was a complete failure as far as Kyrie Irving and the Celtics. And so the Greek Freak, they dominated. They're going to the finals. And then this is what made me, because I just want to throw it out there and get Game 7 between the Raptors and the 76ers.
Holy cow.
And Kawhi Leonard. Right before we hit record, I saw this video. I was like, dude, we got to throw it in there.
Yeah.
So to break it down, Game 7 tied at 90 with 2 seconds left. Inbound pass to Kawhi Leonard. He dribbles around.
Shuffles to the outside. Fades away. He lands out of bounds. Yeah.
And he's watching it. The ball hits the rim. Goes straight up.
Shoots straight up.
And I'm not talking like a couple inches. I'm talking it goes straight up in the air.
Straight up. Over the board, right?
Yeah. I think it was higher than the backboard.
Almost over the board.
He falls down like by the bench thinking he missed it. We got to go to overtime. The thing drops, does a couple bounces, and falls
It dances
in
around
the net.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Like, I watched that video. I was like, Dang, dude. It's such an epic game-winning shot, series clinching shot
Yeah.
in the finals. I was like, man, so
Unbelievable.
God, watch that highlight.
It's great.
Just find it and watch it.
And considering the facts, Game 7, 2 seconds left, tied 90-90.
Yeah,
like, come on.
Yeah, and
Come on.
So, Western Conference, you got Warriors versus Blazers. If KD's in, I think you know how that one ends.
Yeah.
And then on the other side in the East, you got the Bucks and the Raptors, which I'd be cool seeing either one of them make it.
Yeah, for sure.
But
it's been a minute.
So yeah. So we got different teams, which is nice.
Yeah.
With the exception of the Warriors, but still they will be playing LeBron, which would be and the Cavs. But yeah, so that's basketball. I know you're excited.
All right.
You want to get into
Let's do this. Premier League and Champions League.
Soccer.
We're talking soccer.
Football.
Yeah.
Football.
Whatever you call it. So I'm going to talk Premier League first. Today was Championship Sunday. And I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a huge Tottenham supporter. Have been for quite a few years now. And Chuck is a newly Man City supporter.
I can't recognize my fandom for last year's championship,
Yeah.
but I'm up to speed this year.
You're up to speed. So today was Championship Sunday, and what a Sunday it was.
Dude.
And a season it's been, too, because Liverpool and Man City have had a hell of a run, dude. And come to find out, Man City stuck it out, and they ended up winning it today. They won the league.
And they don't do
They
it.
clinched.
They don't do it like sports here in the U.S. It's
Yeah.
not. There's not a bracket playoff.
It's a point system.
For the season. You get points for wins,
Yep.
draws, and losses.
Yeah.
Or no. There's points or no points awarded.
Wins
to
and
those
draws.
Things. You get points for wins. I think 3 points.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
Draw is 1.
1. Yep. Loss is 0.
You just get 0.
Yeah. No points
And,
per game.
And this is where it gets squirrely.
Yeah.
Liverpool ended in second place, but
Which I will note, my brother-in-law is a diehard Liverpool fan. So it's so fun for me to sit here and be a Tottenham fan, Chuck to be a Man City fan, and my brother-in-law to be a Liverpool fan. I have those guys I can text all the time about Premier League stuff and have fun with it. It's great, especially my brother-in-law.
I get to ride the championship train this year.
They've had a hell of a season. Liverpool has.
They only lost 1 game.
And they've never won a title. So can you imagine?
And they still haven't. They lost one game. And
I texted him this morning and I was like, I just said damn.
And the champion, Man City, had 4 losses. And the difference is draws.
Yeah.
Liverpool drew more games.
7.
And Man City, even though they lost more, they won more games. So they got more 3 points. And they ended up winning the championship by 1
point
point.
On the point system, yep.
1 point.
Unbelievable. I felt terrible for my brother-in-law this morning. Like I said, I texted him and I just simply said, "Damn," and
Brutal.
Brutal. So if anybody follows the Premier League, you know this. If you don't, the top 4 teams, which is Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Tottenham. Tottenham barely snuffed it out. But the top 4 teams advance to the Champions League every year. Champions League is a collective of teams from around the world. Basically, you pull a certain amount of teams from each league, like La Liga, Premier League, etc. So the top 4 teams from Premier League advance to Champions League. And so last year, Tottenham finished and Liverpool finished in the top 4 last year's Premier League and have managed to advance to the Champions League final. It's going to be Liverpool and Tottenham, and this happened this week, dude.
That's crazy.
So not only did Liverpool miss out on winning Premier League, but honestly, I don't think they care because, they do care. That's a huge deal. And even for Tottenham, both Liverpool and Tottenham are playing the final Champions League final on June 1st. After winning their matches this week, Tottenham won over Ajax and Liverpool beat Barcelona, Messi. in a game which I don't know if you've seen the highlight
I
yet,
have
Chuck,
not.
and I should have showed you beforehand.
Well, is this the messy shot?
Oh no, it's the sneaky corner,
Oh no, I haven't seen this.
which it was tied, and this is what you're probably gonna talk about after I get done talking about this. The aggregate score, which is away goals.
Yeah.
Liverpool had to score a lot of goals to even get to that point to match the aggregate,
Yeah.
and then win it. So they did that in this one single game. It was
Wow.
4-0 Liverpool over Barcelona, and the fourth goal, which ended up winning it, was a corner kick. Okay, Liverpool, he acts like he's walking away from the ball. He's not ready to kick it.
Uh huh.
And then comes back while everybody else is distracted and thinks he's not ready to kick it. Comes back real quick, crosses it in. There's a guy sitting there front and center in front of the goal. Nobody defends him. The ball lands right at his right at his feet. It goes in. Game over.
Wow.
Liverpool goes to the Champions League final. That's how it happens for Liverpool.
Wow. Yeah.
Now the Tottenham side.
That's the one I did see.
Oh, unbelievable. Like, I am so happy that it went down like that. Lucas Moura scored 3 goals that game.
Yeah. I saw the last
Hat
one.
trick.
I saw the last
Freaking unbelievable, dude.
one. So they're going to...
And I had to like sit back and watch it on my phone that day. It was a Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember now, but I'm definitely making plans. And the good thing is the game, the Champions League final is on a Saturday midday. Me and my brother-in-law are already making plans to smoke out like ribs or brisket, and we're going to make a day of it. And it's an all-English Champions League final, which I don't know. I didn't look up the stats on that, but I can imagine it's been a minute since that's happened.
It's got to be.
And that's a huge deal. So Liverpool, Tottenham in the Champions League final, pretty freaking amazing.
And you mentioned how the scoring goes. I'm a little disappointed because
It's different. It is different.
Also in this, Man City was in the tournament.
They were. Tottenham knocked them out.
And they played Tottenham.
Sucker.
But the way it happened is what got me frustrated. They've only played 2 games, right? Or did they play 3?
They pit. Let's see. I can't remember now. I think it was
2.
I think it was only 2. Yeah.
So the first game they played in... Was it in Man City?
Oh man.
No. It couldn't have been.
No,
they
it was,
played
yeah,
in Tottenham.
It was Tottenham, yeah, because we had more away goals.
So Tottenham won 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
And then they played in Man City. And Man City won, was it 4-2 or 4-3?
Well,
what was the final of that game?
I can't remember now.
Anyways,
Let me go back.
it was. I want to say Man City scored 4, and it was like 4-2 or something, or 4-3. But Tottenham gets to move on, and the reason they get to move on is because they scored more away goals. So
The second game was 4-3, Man City over
4-3
Tottenham.
Man City. So
Yeah.
that tied total scores across the 2 games 1-0, 4-3. Man City scored 4 goals. Tottenham scored 4 goals. But Tottenham gets to move on
Because we
they
scored
scored
more goals
more goals at the away stadium.
on away goals. Yeah, because the first game was at Man City.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
No. I don't know. Anyways.
Hold on.
No, reset. No, you're right. It was at Man City, so Tottenham got one away goal.
Yeah, over Man City.
Over Man City.
Yep.
And then they played in... So they essentially moved on, I would think, by 1 point because
Yes.
they got like an additional point or whatever for that one away goal, and that put them over.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, that's a bummer.
Aggregate is 4-4. Man City wins the second game 4-3, but Tottenham wins that series because they got the one away goal.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's just a bummer for me because I'm just like, okay, Man City lost. They played a 1-0 game and lost 1 goal. And it wasn't even a shootout. It was a dogfight. And then they go to the opposing team's stadium and drop 4 goals on them and win the game, and they don't move on. So it's just like that one away goal put it over.
Tottenham
for them,
wins on away goals.
Anyways, But yeah, so so Man City, exciting for me. They won Premier League, exciting for Cody. Tottenham could be the
Could be the.
could-
Oh my god!
what do they call it? The champions.
Champions, yeah, champions,
League champion.
That's which is typically Barcelona, or
that's where you see.
That's where you see Messi. That's where
Ronaldo.
you see. Yeah,
Those
Juventus.
guys.
Ajax. All the big
dogs.
What's
a German team?
AS Roma, PSG.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways,
Dortmund.
So when's that game?
All the big teams. June 1st.
June 1st.
Saturday.
So
I cannot wait.
So that'll be. We'll see if Cody's happy or sad when that comes along.
And after my son, or after we won the quarterfinal, or I'm sorry, the semifinal against Ajax, Connor my son wanted to wear his signed Harry Kane.
Oh, nice.
And everybody else signed jersey to school the next day. He totally did that.
Awesome.
Yeah, we got a couple of Harry Kane signed merch, man. It's pretty crazy.
That's dope.
Yeah. But anyways, Champions League.
All right.
Freaking amazing.
That's gonna do it for this episode of Modern Dude Chat. Get on our social media, get on our Instagram. We are doing giveaways.
Okay, time out.
What?
Real quick, sorry.
What?
Just got a text.
Okay.
I inquired if my wife was watching Game of Thrones.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Okay, listen. She said yes. It was more epic than the Battle of Winterfell.
Heck yes.
The next text was, "You just wait."
So earlier I was.
We'll leave it at that.
You gave me a funny look, and I was. What I was doing was I was taking a picture.
Holy crap.
I was taking a snap because I got like 2 or 3 snaps in a row.
Yeah.
And I pretty much everyone who sent me a snap, I took a picture of myself saying I have not watched it. Your snap better not be a spoiler. Yeah. And hey, my friends are legit because I went on a ledge for them. I checked the snaps and they were not spoilers. They were just like, hey, let us know when you watch it.
Nice.
So we can talk about it.
Some good friends, Chuck.
Yeah. So anyway, that means we.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I felt like that was good enough to interrupt.
No, that's funny. That means we got to get out of here.
Yeah, we got to go.
So. Again, we got giveaways going on. We got an Instagram, Facebook giveaway. We got an iTunes review giveaway. If you're listening on iTunes right now, just go ahead, give us a rating, drop in, give us a review. That easy, get you in our giveaway. And if you, on social media, go to Instagram, you get all the info there. Yeah. But, and as always, if you screenshot, let us know you're watching, tag us, whatever. We got some stickers, coasters, whatever we got, we'll send it to you.
Watch our social media this week because we're going to be posting about the giveaways pretty heavily.
Yeah. So,
get in the comments. Enter all that.
So again, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for helping us grow this thing and push it. That's going to do it for this episode of Modern Dude Chat. Find us at Modern Dude Chat on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, iTunes. And I'm at Modern Chuck. You can find me too.
At Cody Murph, CODYMURF.
That's going to do it. We're wrapping up. We got to get out of here. We'll catch you next time.
Peace. Hey guys, real quick, let me tell you about Beard Supply. Beard Supply produces all natural products for your beard. It's easy. It's simple. Beard oils, beard balms, mustache wax. Our number one selling product is our beard soap. It's all natural, makes the beard feel soft. The ladies love it. It smells good. You got to get on it. Grooming is important. Taking care of your beard is important. Go to beardsupply.com right now. Use the code MDC Podcast to receive, I'm not kidding, 50% off any beard care product. Use the code MDC Podcast, 50% off. Get the goods. You name it. We have it. It's going to make your beard feel awesome. Check it out now. That's beardsupply.com. MDC Podcast is the code for 50% off. Beard care for a wild life.